Stop giving away respect for free. I teach in school to respect the elders, to respect our parents, to respect our bosses. There's nothing more wrong than that. Before you judge me, think of this: how many times there were people taking advantage of you just because you offered them respect unconditionally? If that never happened to you, it's because you are too young. Your time will come as well. See, the schools teach you how to give respect, but doesn't say anything when you get disrespected. We all been teaching a lie that's going only to fuel our suffering and hatred. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying you should disrespect it on the first, homie. It's just an unwritten street rule. You don't get respect, you don't give respect. Want to hear it again. You don't get respect, you don't give respect, plain and simple. The hood ain't gonna respect you as if you kiss everybody else's. You hear me? And giving away respect for free is like submitting yourself to these cats. And I'm telling you, once these street cats feel you are weak, easily manipulated, you're in trouble, homie. Respect has to be earned. You gotta put in the work, grind, hustle, non-stop, all day, every day. Ain't nobody gonna respect you if you did nothing. And watch who call a friend. As we are busy doing work, grinding and hustling, you don't see every time what's coming at you. And so it could be one of the snakes that you thought as a friend. One day you could drink together, rhyme together, bang together. And the other day you could be lying on the floor with 5 gunshot wounds. Even though he may have treated you with respect, you gotta read them between the lines. Because sometimes they can say nothing, but the eyes say everything. What you have to learn is to keep your eyes open. Make the difference between friend or foe, between family, friends, and enemy. There are signs when someone you consider a friend may be a foe instead. Don't let the history between you cloud your judgment. I've been there, and I've got a ground-shaking reality check real fast. Eliminate the shady people with your so-called friends from your life if you can't rely on them when you need them the most. Now, one way to respect yourself is to respect your body. That means you gotta hit the gym. You see, the key for results at the gym is consistency. Even though you would barely lift at first, you'll get more pump, you'll get more adrenaline, and results will also start to show up eventually. Go in there every day, man, fueled by the motivation of not being where you want to be in life. Trust me, that should be enough motivation. Doing this would make you stand up for yourself, for your family, and for the hood, the people you grew up with. Perhaps for too long you were threatened, beaten, and eliminated from the game by your enemies after you made that decision. Not anymore, G. It's gonna get easier to defend your loved ones, to trust yourself, and even to get girls. There are too much people sleeping on themselves, contemplating about how they would look ripped. I'll be one of them. You gotta take action, and you gotta take it today. Not from the first, not from Monday, not from tomorrow, today. Must be waiting longer. Aren't you tired of just dreaming about that alpha body you always wanted? Then stop dreaming. Start doing, because nobody can do this but yourself. Dump alcohol, throw away drugs, and start hitting the gym, homie. Be worried about that, because that's the only way you can respect your body. Now, maybe another way, but this time from an outside perspective. Next time when you want to go outside, go and see yourself in the mirror. Tell me, do you like what you're seeing? If not, then it's time to make a change. And I'm not speaking about the body. This time I speak about clothes, man. Remember this: dress to impress. As much as people dismiss this idea is as truly as it gets. Back in the day, I used to dress from the same clothing store, which is a ball throw from the gym and about 2 drive-bys away from the studio. Because, it depended on the day. In order to be respected on the streets, you had to fly the colors if you stood up to something. But times have changed. You don't have to do that anymore. Now, everything's about status. I'm not saying your clothes should be expensive. I'm saying they should be good quality and look good on you. You want to be a man or a boy? That's what I thought. Then stop dressing yourself in rainbow colors. How's that supposed to people to respect that? Even though the government always forcefully made us to respect anything and everything in reality, it's not like people would really respect that. You would live only in a false reality that you look good and people like you. Because that's how we are programmed to think. Don't be that guy. Also, I heard that people nowadays are afraid to wear dark colors. Because you may seem too hard or too real. Stop being a bitch. Don't be afraid of flying dark colors. In the end, you decide if you want to grow into a man or just a grown boy. And by that, you should overcome every psychic barrier this world lays down on us. And another thing, after you follow my advice from before and get in shape, the better the clothes would look on you. And when your regular size clothes wouldn't fit you anymore, that's a sign you have grown and you have evolved, G. Hard to have it said in the past. Hard to believe for some now, but that's reality. It's a matter of status now. And this is part of how you are perceived these days. That's why you should grow, adapt, overcome, while keeping a straight and sharp mind. Next source of respect comes from money. You gotta make the green, baby. There's no other way. This is another piece that completes the puzzle of status. Now, when it comes to paper, people have two sets of problems. Number one, having too much. Number two, having close to nothing. Which one of these problems do you want to have? That's what I thought. Then start hustling. Like your life depends on it. Because for some really depends on it. And if you ask me, the ones from later are going to get them faster. This is how you grind when you're roaming the streets, hungry like a lion, when your brothers are starving, or when your mama dies without her meds. And that's the mindset you should also adopt. There's hundreds, if not thousands of ways how to make big bucks today that you literally have no excuse of not making any. It wasn't like this back in the day. Sometimes you had to do some nasty shit to earn them. But that was in the past, and today is full of opportunities. Pick one, study it, practice it, and take it to never seen before levels of wealth in your family. And if even that doesn't work, so what? Move to the next idea and start again. You are not a failure until you decide you are. Every day is a new opportunity. So you have every day a new chance of adjusting your plan until the last day of your life. I wouldn't call a failure even my sworn enemies if I know they put daily hard work into their ideas. And when you arrive on top, when you get to the tip of the mountain, don't forget one thing. Share a part of your wealth with the poor. There's people in this world who can't afford water or food. But you to pass them by the street ignoring them. People who came from the streets would. We must help each other like your brothers from another mamas. Don't let success escalate your ego just because now you are someone. That's not how God made us. And that's not how God wants us to behave. Some people are less fortunate in this life. If karma gives you, you have to give back because karma can also take. And share with the poor, it goes without saying. Even your enemies will respect you for that. There was a soldier who fought in the First World War in the U.S. Marine Corps, known by the name of John Basilone or Manila John. Almost single-handedly stopped a Japanese attack, killing at least 38 enemies with ammunition reaching critical state, himself being a gunnery sergeant assigned for the liberation of the Pacific. When he ran out of ammunition during the second day of the Battle of Henderson Field, he used only what he had left, his pistol and a machete. He received the Medal of Honor for putting his life at risk for staying ground and virtually annihilating the Japanese forces. John left this world with a wise lesson for us. Never fear your enemy, but always respect them. That's how it goes in the war. That's how it goes on the streets. Why to respect your enemy? Because you never know exactly what they're up to. You may see only what's happening from the outside. But from the inside, they may be something they don't show to the crowd. And if your enemy disrespects you, that's a good sign for you. Why? Because there's a high chance that they underestimate you. And when this happens, when they think you're the underdog, that's when you really have the advantage. If you built up in silence, let your success make noise. I said, what's your plan? What's your decision? Do you decide to be a sheep or to be the leader of the wolf pack? All it needs to be a sheep is to do nothing. Planning is nothing without action. Remember what you've learned here and share with the ones that needs to hear this. Let them know you're on a mission and start your hustle today.